Hello everyone, this is Ted with Oaxray, and today I want to talk about the largest item I have ever sent to Amazon FBA. So to start my Amazon FBA story about the largest item I've ever sold, let's just start where I was sourcing from. So 2008, 2009, not sure exactly the month this happened, but it was pretty early on when I was selling online. I used to love to go to a store called Habitat for Humanity. We have those on the East Coast. They're not everywhere, but there's probably 2 or 3 in my area. And if you go up to DC, there's a few more up there. They sell all kinds of items. Often they get in new items direct from a manufacturer sometimes. So they'll have any kind of house items. So they might have an air conditioning unit, maybe some roofing, tiles, just tons of different items they sell. And one day I walk in and they have 4 of these, not exactly like it's pictured here, these Dreamline Enigma, but they're about the same size, glass shower doors. They were high-end glass shower doors. Awesome find because they were going for like $700 each, and it was a half-day price. I walked in and I said, if I buy all of these, can I spend $100? And the owner, the manager, was happy to get rid of them. They'd had them for a little while. I never noticed them before, but I gave them one caveat, and I actually was able to make a deal because I didn't have, my car wasn't large enough. I had a Buick Regal 1998, didn't have a truck. So I did not want to carry these items around myself. So I actually made a deal with the manager, and the manager allowed me to pack the item, put all my labels on there, and actually ship it UPS directly out of the stores. And that's one thing I want to kind of mention is, I'll touch on this on a video later, but you can actually make special deals with people like that, especially if you don't have the vehicle to ship out all these items. But anyways, I came back later with all of my boxing material because it came in a box already, but I didn't want the box to get damaged because it was a brand new item. So the item was pristine. It was in the box. Didn't want the box to get damaged. So I had to Frankenstein like 4 or 5 Home Depot boxes around the huge box that it came in. As you can see, this thing is like 5 or 6 feet long because each of the glass panels, I believe, are 5 or 6 feet and 3 or 4 feet wide. Just like this one here, we can see the dimensions of it. But this thing is just massive, and I had to pack all 4 of them. Took me a few hours. Brought all my supplies with me. I printed out the box label. This was back when all items went to one fulfillment center at a time. They weren't splitting yet. So I boxed these items. Took me forever. UPS came, shipped all 4 of them out all at once. I was excited because for $100, $25 each, I was able to get a little over $2,000 in inventory. So once UPS picks up these massive items, they're probably close to the 70-pound range, but I remember them being just a little bit under the weight and the dimension threshold for UPS and for Amazon to actually get these items. So these things were huge, all 4 boxes. So I sent them in, and a week later I noticed I'm not getting any shipping confirmation. Nothing actually says they ever arrived. And I'm worried about these things. You know, $2,000 in inventory at the time was awesome for me. I mean, it was make or break. It was every dollar counted, I remember back then. And maybe a week and a half goes by, and I actually end up contacting Amazon. Amazon cannot find these items in their facilities, but UPS says they were removed. Or they were actually, and UPS says they were delivered. So days go by. I put in a case, open a case, and ask them to please find these $2,000 in inventory. And I get a reply, they broke all of them. Now, some of this was probably my fault. I probably definitely didn't put my 2 inches of packing around them. But at the time, they were a little less stringent on what you needed to pack, how you needed to pack things. And since they weren't exactly sure at which point of the process the items were damaged. They weren't sure if the shipper did it. They weren't sure if it was my fault. They weren't sure if they broke it in the warehouse, and they had all these glass shards everywhere. I'm sure they just tried to clean it up as quickly as possible. I was reimbursed for over $2,000 for these things is the pinnacle of this story. So I sent in this huge item to them, almost 70 pounds a piece. And finally, when it gets here, all of them break, and they end up reimbursing me for all of them, all 4 of them, a little over $2,000. So whenever you're in the stores and you're able to find fixtures, those larger items, I know a lot of people will stay away. They won't even scan them, but sometimes you get lucky. You find something that is very low cost, but it's selling for a lot on Amazon. So I just wanted to tell everybody the story of the largest item I sent to Amazon. It got broken either in transit or at the warehouse. I ended up being reimbursed for it, but it is still an awesome story of the largest item I ever sent to Amazon. The fees are a little different today than they were back then, so it may not make sense to send in huge items like this. And make sure you always pack your items well. Now they have different guidelines on the inbound shipping packing and what they require, so make sure that you're packing everything properly. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day. Make some money using Oaxray. Please like and subscribe, and if you have a question about Amazon, put a comment down below and I'll make a video about it as soon as I can.